Alright, let's dive into this week's lineup of new shows, because honestly, there's some seriously intriguing stuff dropping, and I'm here to break it all down for you. But first, let me ask you this, when was the last time you sat down and thought, wow, TV is really pushing boundaries right now? Because that's exactly what's happening this week, and it's not just about the shows themselves, it's about the trends they're riding on. So, let's get into it. First up, Reacher is back on Prime Video, and if you're like me, you're probably thinking, another season. Really? But here's the thing, this show isn't just a mindless action fest. It's a deep dive into the psyche of a character who's both relentless and vulnerable. Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Jack Reacher is what makes this show tick. What's fascinating to me is how the writers keep finding ways to humanize a character who's essentially a one-man army. This season, he's thrown into a deadly mystery, which, let's be honest, is par for the course. But what makes this really interesting is the timing. With the spin-off Negally coming next month, it feels like the Reacher universe is expanding in a way that's both strategic and risky. Personally, I think this could either solidify the franchise or dilute it, we'll see. Now, let's talk about Hit Point, a British thriller that's got me intrigued for a completely different reason. This show is Umthetho's first original scripted drama, and that's a big deal. It's like they're saying, hey, we're not just a platform for reruns anymore. The story follows two detectives diving into the West London criminal underworld, and here's where it gets juicy, it's written by Howard Overman, the guy behind Misfits. That show was a game-changer for its time, blending dark humor with supernatural elements. So, I'm curious to see if Hit Point can capture that same magic. What many people don't realize is that British crime dramas often have this gritty, grounded feel that American shows struggle to replicate. This could be the sleeper hit of the season. Switching gears, My Brilliant Career on Netflix is a period drama set in 19th century Australia, and it's based on a novel by Miles Franklin. Now, I'll admit, period dramas aren't always my go-to, but this one has something that caught my eye. It's about a woman aspiring to be a writer in a society that expects her to settle down. Sound familiar? What this really suggests is that the struggle for female agency isn't just a modern issue, it's been a recurring theme throughout history. The cast is solid, with Christopher Chung from Slow Horses and Anna Chancellor from The Crown. But here's the thing, period dramas often walk a fine line between being authentic and being overly romanticized. I'm hoping this one leans more toward the former. Next up, Umthetho, a South African series on Netflix, is described as gritty, and let me tell you, that's an understatement. It's about a state prosecutor who becomes a double agent to save her brother's life. What makes this really interesting is that it's an adaptation of the Brazilian series Brotherhood. This raises a deeper question, how do cultural nuances translate when a show is adapted from one country to another? The original Brotherhood was praised for its raw portrayal of crime and family dynamics, so I'm curious to see if Umthetho can capture that same intensity while bringing its own unique perspective. From my perspective, this show has the potential to be a global conversation starter. Lastly, for all the anime fans out there, Re:Zero Starting Life in Another World is back with part 2 of its 4th season. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest anime buff, but even I can appreciate the complexity of this series. Subaru Natsuki's journey is one of those stories that keeps you guessing, and the fact that it's based on a light novel series means there's a rich source material to draw from. What many people don't realize is that anime often tackles themes that Western shows shy away from, like existential dread and moral ambiguity. This show is no exception. If you take a step back and think about it, Re:Zero is as much about the human condition as it is about fantasy. So, there you have it, 5 shows that are worth your time this week. But here's my closing thought, TV isn't just entertainment anymore. It's a reflection of our society, our fears, and our aspirations. Whether it's a crime thriller, a period drama, or an anime, each of these shows is trying to say something. The question is, are we listening? Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited about, and why. Personally, I'm leaning toward Umthetho, but I'd love to hear your take. Until next time, keep watching, keep thinking, and keep questioning.